Welcome to Cat School. I'm Julie the cat teacher and this is my assistant Jones. In this training tutorial, I'm going to show you all the steps I did to teach Jones to ride on my shoulder. Although I'm having a little trouble over here balancing, the backpack shoulder cat method is my favorite one for cat training, and that's because the cat has a lot of surface area to rest their back paws and feel stable. The goal of the first part of the training is to make sure the cat feels comfortable stepping on the backpack. I'm resting a laptop case on the backpack so that it's a little bit firmer for Jones. The wet food treat that I'm using makes it easier to guide him from one point to another. Notice how I'm also building his confidence going off the backpack as well. On and off are equally important parts of this training plan. Now you can see I've introduced a jump onto the backpack, and I'm going to repeat this a bunch of times. So I want to make sure that he's comfortable jumping on the backpack. I guide him off to get him ready for another repetition.
Good.
Walking from one surface to the other is easier.
Excellent.
When you start to add the jump in, the training gets a little bit harder.
Nice.
Now you can see that the backpack is resting on my knees and he's going to have to jump a little bit higher.
Excellent.
I've got the laptop case on there to make it a bit more stable. Training in the front is easier than training in the back when you can't see the cat. So that's why I've got the backpack in front of me now. But we're going to switch to the back, and you can see that it's a natural transition because he's already used to this step.
Good job.
The flat top of this backpack makes it easier for Jones to feel comfortable. You can see him even sitting here, which is the first time I've ever seen him sit on the top of the backpack.
Yes.
You don't need to have a flat top backpack. As you can see here, he can still do his shoulder cat.
Good.
So it's up to you. This is my favorite backpack, but it's not ideal for shoulder cat.
Okay. Go. Nice.
The final step of this training plan is to teach the cat to jump from the floor. This is what you would be working on if you were transitioning your cat to outdoors. You can also teach your cat to jump from the front to the back of the backpack. Now we're going to look at another version of shoulder cat without the backpack. I call this forearm shoulder cat because the cat puts their two paws on your forearm. I like to start the beginner training off really easy with some yoga blocks and a target stick. Blocks are excellent foundation training because it teaches your cat to put their forepaws on a small surface area. You can see my forearm is resting on the blocks now, and I'm guiding him up into the shoulder cat position. Because my arm is on the blocks, it's going to be more stable for him, and then I can practice just doing a few small lifts to make sure I can support his weight. Remember to always help your cat get out of the position as well, as that is an important part of building their confidence. Adding in the chair is a great intermediate step because now there's no blocks and he's a little bit higher. But he only has to walk from the chair to my arm, so there's no jumping required at this stage.
Go.
And now we are adding in the jump, and you can see that that wasn't too hard for him. Notice that I'm also wearing this sweatshirt, sweater type material because it's also a non-slip fabric. You want to be careful to not wear anything that's going to be too slippery for your cat.
Yes.
Now my position is a little bit higher and he's going to have to do a bit of a higher jump. This is the kind of position I would be in if I was asking him to get on my shoulder outside, because from this position I can stand up. I call this the hands-free method because there's no hands involved in holding the cat. They're just on your back. Success at this position depends a lot on the size of your cat and the size of your shoulders. Jones is a big kitty, so this is not one of the ones that we practice very often. The first part of this training is to get the cat comfortable putting their paws on your shoulder. The lickable treats are so good for this style of training. It makes it really easy to encourage your cat to move forward. Now you can see by bending over further, I'm encouraging him to get more paws on my back. It's really important that the cat also knows how to dismount or get off your back as well. Now I'm going to be a little bit higher and repeat the exercise, but notice how much more confident he is at jumping on my back.
Yes. Up.
And I keep repeating the training until I can stand up and he's comfortable staying on my back.
Good work.
The final step is to add the jump from the floor. If you want to get your cat into more of a scarf-like position, you're going to want to try experimenting with training that looks like this. Success at this position depends a lot on the size of your cat, but if you have the lickable treat there, you might be able to get them to relax into the position so that they're around your neck, like a scarf. I experimented with some more training like this by doing this trick with Jones, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm going to continue to practice having him circle my back. But I think for us, the best way to do that is like this. By wearing the backpack, I can build his confidence in circling. The important thing about cat training is it isn't linear. It's not just this step, then what's next. It's actually about building your cat's confidence with a bunch of exercises and experimenting to see what works for them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next training video.